beautiful souls. Hello, beautiful, beautiful souls. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to this sacred space. All right. So, quick check in with all of you. How are you all doing with these energies lately? So, drop in the chat or comments where you're tuning in from. So, brief context. All right. Tonight's teaching is going to go very deep. We're going to unpack the twin flame categories and explore why more than one can apply to your journey. Last night, I posted a video about the different categories, and I wanted to expand on that. And remember, you know me, I'm always about going label free. But sometimes, for the sake of teaching, and I develop all of this through my intuition and my higher self wisdom. So, every time I'm trying to make it better for you guys. So remember, these are not meant to put you in boxes. I'm like the first person to be totally against that, because every one of our journeys is very unique. And, I honor that all the time. My clients, all of you can, that about me. So, of course, there are many comments, and I have to say that I'm a clairvoyant, so I can see through the comments. Some of y'all mean well, some of y'all, I'm like, anyway. What I was going to say is, this is a safe community space, so keep the comments kind always, and support one another, appreciate one another, be kind to one another. I have this thing: if you can't say anything good, don't say anything at all. So, again, I actually was like, when I was doing the discourse last night, I was actually very exhausted. But because a lot of you had been asking me to do a video, like an updated one on the different categories, I was like, okay, I'll do one before I go to bed. And today, seeing all the comments, I'm going to explore further. So remember, it's all about going label free and remembering every one of our journeys are very unique. Always trust the teacher within. External teachers are there to only inspire you and empower you and awaken the teacher within you. So only, please, only take what resonates, and let's make this a very happy and joyous place, community for divine feminines to truly feel belonging. All right. So I wanted to I wanted to first talk about a few things. And I also wanted to talk to you about, okay, the first, another reason why today's categories, again, please only take what resonates, all right? And I also wanted to, before I start, I also wanted to talk about how I know the energies are very intense. So many of you have been also writing to me saying that you've been exhausted, triggered, or in a state of deep reflection. Remember, it's all meant to be. All right. So that's the reason why, I know many of you love these archetypes because they give language to what feels overwhelming in your journey. But I also get a message from you guys, what if you resonate with more than one? Does that mean that you're confused or that your journey doesn't fit? Not at all. Everybody's journey is very unique. Monadic twin flames are very unique. I speak by experience, and I can say I've worked with thousands of you, and I have to say that each and every couple, twin flame couple, are extremely unique. Very unique. And I'll tell you why. Because all of our soul experience are different. Of course, some may be similar, but remember, it's like a thumbprint. Everything is different. We are all so unique. The amount of lifetimes, our assignments, our missions, everything is different. So how can you actually, your question may be how to get, no, the only reason for categories is so that it brings you to certain points. So it also It's also to guide you. So it's only for teaching reasons. All right. So that's why I'm going to give the deeper teaching on why sometimes more than one category will apply to your journey, and why that's not only normal but also a sign of an advanced spiritual awakening. So, the first thing I want to remind you is all categories are not prisons. So, I want to say it very, very clear. All categories are not prisons. All categories are not prisons. They are archetypes. Think of them like constellations in the night sky. We look up and say, the cluster of stars in Orion. But those stars are not actually all next to each other. From Earth, we see them form a pattern. That's exactly what categories do. They help us to see the pattern of energy in our twin flame journey. And again, I developed this teaching through my own experience and working with many, many, many of you all over the decade. But just like constellations, the view can shift depending on where you are standing in your timeline, what's being activated, what cycles are unraveling. The category that describes your situation might shift too. So never use the categories to box yourself in. Use them as mirrors, ways to understand the energies at play, not as cages that define your destiny. All right? Remember, your destiny is within you, God is within you, and the teacher is within you. All right? So, why more than one may apply? All right. For some, clear cut, you're either in this or that. For some, it can overlap. So let's go deeper. Why is it more than one category can apply? It's because you are not a flat being. You are multidimensional. Your soul is weaving across lifetimes, dimensions, and contracts simultaneously. And your twin flame, your divine masculine, is too. So let's say, for example, your divine masculine is showing up as category 1, the karmic detourer. On the surface, he's pulled into karmic ties, maybe even another relationship, family obligations, or career obligations. That's just one layer. So that at the exact same time, you might notice he's embodying category 2 as well, the silent initiate, because he's detouring externally. Inside is withdrawing, going silent, feeling unworthy, and processing shame. Both can be true at once. One describes his outer 3D reality, the other describes his inner 5D processing. And that's why many of you resonate with more than one category, because your journey is happening on multiple levels at once. All right. So drop in the comments if you have felt your counterpart, your divine masculine, shifting between categories, or you are shifting between categories, or if you have noticed two archetypes applying at the same time. All right. So I want to talk about the sequential and simultaneous overlaps. All right. So there are two main ways this overlap shows up. The first is sequential overlap. That's when you move through categories over time. So maybe in 2020 you are experiencing category 1 detours, then in 2021 you entered category 2 silence, and by 2024 you begin to see category 5 mission energies. Each phase carries its own category. The second is simultaneous overlap. This is when two or more categories are alive at once. Your counterpart might be embodying category 4, the timeline wanderer drifting through lifetimes and loops, while at the same time holding category 6, the sleeping king energy. So you see where I'm going with this, right? As the timeline wanderer, he might be drifting through lifetimes and karmic loops, while at the same time holding category 6, sleeping king energy, resisting awakening, even though the codes are sitting right in his field. So don't be surprised if you notice both happening. Sequential and simultaneous overlaps are part of your journey as well. All right? So what does that actually mean for you? All right, so I wanted to give an example. Some of my clients would comment that like 2, 4, and 6, they resonate with 2, 4, and 6 because they are different stages. So a good example would be like your divine counterpart may be, for example, shifting from, or another way, or it could be the roles could be reversed or anything like that. Not roles reversal per se, but rather, um, often with what I see is that, like sometimes the karmic detourer shifts into the silent initiate, and from the veil burner you shift into the silent, the still flame. You see where I'm going with this, you see? So that can apply to, but again, these are only meant to awaken your own journey, to assist in your learning and expansion. So only take what resonates. So what does this actually mean for you? If you resonate with more than one category, it doesn't mean you're confused. It means your soul is doing good work. All right. Overlaps usually point to complexities where your connection is collapsing multiple lifetimes, integrating lessons faster and preparing you for a deeper mission. Think of it like taking two university degrees at once, like you are in this university and that university, instead of doing a double degree in the same university. It's harder, right? It's more intense, but it also means you're graduating sooner, and that's why your path may feel heavier at times. You're literally collapsing timelines inside your body and field. So take a moment to check in. Do you feel like you're collapsing timelines in your journey? Have you felt more than one archetype present? So the danger of getting boxed in. So I want to really be very, very clear here. So now I want to share a warning. The danger is when people turn these categories into cages, or when people who are not on the twin flame journey rely on these categories too. So you see where I'm going with this. So sometimes I would hear things like, he's in category one, so he will never come back. And they will say that, she's in category 3, so she can't experience mission union. You see, this is not the truth. Categories are phases, not final destinations, and everybody's journey is very, 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 very unique. All right. It's like saying, because you were in high school once and you can never graduate. No, it's a stage of learning, not the end point. So don't let categories shrink your vision. Use them to understand the energies you're moving through, but never let them define your future. Your blueprint is much bigger than any archetype out there. So honestly, I don't want anyone coming into my comments saying, that you're doomed because you're in category 1, or you're not doomed. You are in a phase, and phases evolve. So I want you to remember, you are not doomed. You are in a phase, and phases evolve, and all categories are very pure, very bright, very beautiful. Category 1 DMs, it's just the category 1 DMs, karmic detourer, veil burner. Look at the dynamic. The DF burns the veil for the karmic detourer until he comes to her vibrations. That's why category 1, divine feminines tend to be they are actually, you know more, they tend to hold the space longer for their DMs to meet them there. Category 2, silent initiates, we just wait in silence, as the still flame. That's why when our DM is the silent initiate, as the still flame, we are just doing all the inward work. Whereas for category 1, they're doing all the external work. So if you look at it as how, as mission activists, we are all adding on to the different rhythms of the ultimate, of the ever growing infinite cosmic plan. So it's not one is better than the other, please. You see, that's why I don't like to do categories. But because a lot of people are commenting, hey, can you talk more, and for the sake of teaching only. But remember, every category is very, very, very beautiful. The karmic detourer, again, soul history, there could be a lot of in fact, category 1 DMs have done the most amount of like missions with the not so good energy. So they really have to complete cycles. That's why they're even karmic detouring in the first place. The second category, the silent initiates are divine masculines who are like inner monks. They might have tried to bring consciousness up for many lifetimes but not able to do it. They could have been like warlocks, and they have always not been able to guide the world. So that's why the search is within. And for category 1, the search, not search, it's more of closing cycles externally. So please, every category is very, 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 very beautiful. Please, all right? So this is how my teachings are. Of course, take only what resonates. All right? But here's the truth. I want you to take home tonight. Your union is one of a kind. It's very unique. And these categories are just signposts. Signposts. They help you not feel lost. They give language to what feels unbearable at times, but they are not your destination. The real focus is the third energy you and your counterpart are building, the frequency of your union, the soul contract you wrote together, the blueprint that goes beyond anything me or anyone else would ever categorize. And that's why sometimes you'll resonate with more than one, because your blueprint is weaving together multiple initiations into one lifetime. And that's actually sacred, and that's actually beautiful, and that's actually divine. So, to close, let's summarize. All right, categories are not prisons. Categories are not prisons. Categories are just archetypes. More than one may apply in certain situations, in certain pairings. All right, so more than one may apply because you and your counterpart, are going through different aspects of your journey. Overlaps can happen, simultaneously or via sequence. And if you resonate with multiple categories, it's a sign of evolution, not confusion. All right. It's also a sign that your journey is very, very unique as well. Like I said, everybody's journey is unique because of our soul history. So that's why, it's even if just because you're resonating two or three categories doesn't mean if one of like if you just resonate with one category, one is better. Nope, everybody's journey is unique. Everyone here is advanced and multi-dimensional. So please don't use categories to box yourself in. Your union blueprint is unique, very, very, very unique. Even the third energy frequency is very, very unique. Like what me and my divine masculine share and what you and your divine masculine share are unique. All right. So next time you find yourself saying that you are in category 1 but also in category no, that is also confirmation. Trust the teacher within, trust your inner guides, trust your gut, trust your intuition. All right. So thank you for being here. And drop in the comments if you have felt more than one category apply to your journey. So let's build this conversation together. However, do respect everybody's experiences too. Just don't jump the gun and try to compare. Like some people mean well, some people may try to mean well, but some people, might try to mean well, but I'm a psychic, I'm clairvoyant, I can see through intentions through. So, all right. So please, please be kind, be nice. Remember, this is a community to purely support. All right. And really, it took me a lot to even upload these videos because I'm a lawyer, and then I've two professions, so I have to be really, really careful as well. So please honor that, and please honor yourselves and honor each and everyone out there. All right. Remember, energies don't lie, energies don't lie, intentions don't lie. All right. So take care and see you all again. Bye bye.